Good morning, happy September, happy Thursday, happy Bookoplathon, happy whatever it is for you. I guess it's morning for me on September 1st, but when you're seeing this, who knows what time it'll be or what day. I'm gonna try to do weekly vlogs, but we'll see how that goes. I haven't vlogged in a really long time, so, you know, yeah, like I said, we'll see how it goes. I made a little page tracker. When I show it to you, don't make fun of me. My lines are not straight at all. I did it without a ruler. But basically, I put the books that I have on my Bookoplathon TBR. If you want to watch that video, I will link it up above, so you can go check that out if you want to. If not, I mean, all the books are going to be on this list. So I made a tracker. I looked up the page numbers. I ordered them from shortest to longest, and I totaled up the pages. And oh boy, I don't know if I'm going to be able to read all these books. I don't read nearly this much, but I guess that's the fun of it, right? It's a challenge. So I made this guy. Yeah, so all of my books are listed out. Each square is equal to 25 pages. So that gives me a total page count of 2,612 pages. But I am taking it easy on myself, and the longest book on my TBR for Bookoplathon is The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan, and I actually have an audiobook of that. And honestly, I know it might be cheating, but I kind of already started it, and I'm already, I think, 30% through. But to be fair, when I first put it on my September TBR with my TBR jar video, which I will also link above, I hadn't started it. So I only started it in the past few days, and I just have a long commute. I feel like a broken record. I say that in every video. I have a long commute, so I get through books, like audiobooks, really quickly. So, but anyway, back to my point. The total page count is 2,612 pages, but if you subtract that audiobook, it's only 2,016 pages and 25 hours of audio. So, not that that's much better, but that means my pages per day at the total 2612 would be 87 pages a day. And if I subtract the Dragon Reborn audiobook, that brings me down to 67.2 pages per day, which is still way too many for me. So, after I already wrote out these numbers and everything, I went on to my Libby app from my library, and I was able to get the audiobooks for The Shadows Between Us and Vow of Thieves. And then I'm on the wait list for the Inheritance games, but I'm not sure if that will come through before the end of the month. And I just bought the physical book, so I'm fine with reading it physically if that's the way it has to be done. No big deal. So I think with 3 or 4 audiobooks, this is completely doable for me. I didn't do the math breakdown for including the audiobooks, so just the page counts of the ones that I don't have audiobooks for, but it's probably significantly less because one of the audiobooks that I have is, or I guess including The Dragon Reborn, 2 of the audiobooks I have are the 2 longest books on this TBR, so that works out in my favor. So yeah, that's where I'm at with page counts and formats and stuff. And today I do have to work, so I will be listening to The Dragon Reborn on my way to and from work. And then on my breaks and stuff, I'm going to try to get an early win and pick up the shortest book on my TBR, which is The Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare, and that comes in at 104 pages. But it's also a play, so like even though it's 104 pages, like not like the pages aren't like receipt. The pages aren't full text. They're, well, I guess that one is, but they're not like full text. It's a play, so the pages aren't like just blocks of text, if that's what I'm trying to say. Ooh, okay. Apparently I bought this book in June of 2004, so like right when I graduated from high school. If you want to know how old I am, do that math. You can barely read it, but it's the Borders receipt from when I bought this book for $3.95. Nice. But yeah, so I'm going to try to get an early win with that. The shortest book on my Bookoplathon TBR, and also my TBR jar pick for TBR cart. So that's what I'm going to be reading today on day 1 of Bookoplathon. Again, I can't believe it's already September. Like, where is this year going? I don't know. It's kind of scary how fast it's going. My husband and I went to Canada. We went to Niagara Falls at the beginning of August, and I'm like, that was already a month ago. Like, I feel like it was last week. But yeah, before this gets too long, I'm gonna go. I will check in when I've read something. Good luck. I mean, I know you're gonna be seeing this later, but if you're participating in Bookoplathon, good luck with your reading. I hope it's going well so far. And yeah, I'll check in when I've read something. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. It is day 3 of a long weekend for me today, and I figured I would do a quick little check-in. It has been downpouring for like 2 days straight where I live, so I'm kind of sitting on the porch outside enjoying the rain a little bit. It did slow down today. It was pouring all day yesterday. It was pouring overnight. Now it's just kind of lightly raining. I just figured I would do a check-in on my reading a little bit more than halfway through week 1 of Bookoplathon, but you know. So here is my little reading chart. I am about a third of the way through The Taming of the Shrew. I started Well Matched yesterday. I read about 25 pages. The Shadows Between Us, I'm pretty much halfway through that. And The Dragon Reborn, I have a big chunk of. But like I said, I actually had started that a little bit before the readathon officially started. So, plans for today. I'm going to, like I said, it's rainy and I'm off today from work. So I think I'm going to throw in my headphones, listen to some of The Shadows Between Us while I do some diamond painting. I have a really big diamond painting that I started a while ago, and then I just never really worked on it anymore. But it's just kind of sitting in the corner of our living room, staring at me all the time, like, hey, why aren't you working on me? So I think that's kind of the perfect thing for me to do today. My husband is working from home, so I don't want to do anything too loud or that might distract him from his work. So I think that's what I'm going to do for a little while. And then after that, like once I get tired of sitting on the floor, basically, I think I will pick up Well Matched again. So I think that's going to be my reading plans for today. That's where I'm at for the week so far. Yeah, so this weekend has been pretty good so far. I've done a decent amount of reading. Sunday I didn't do much reading. My husband and I went to Connecticut to see a castle, which was fun. I'll put a couple of pictures here. I didn't take any video because you weren't supposed to record in there, but I did get quite a few pictures. I won't bore you with our like vacation photos, but like a couple of them I'll put here because it was interesting. And then yeah, yesterday was downpouring, so I did quite a bit of reading yesterday. I actually finished a book that was a carryover from August, which was Noor by Nnedi Okorafor. It's one of the books that I got from the library. I read about 60 pages of that, and I finished that off, so yeah, I did a lot of reading yesterday. Some of it wasn't for the readathon, the majority of it wasn't for the readathon, but at least I finished a book already in September, even if it was just a carryover. Okay, so pardon this terrible lighting. It's like 8 o'clock at night, and so the only light I have is the overhead light in the office. But I just wanted to do a final check-in for Bookoplathon week 1. I finished a book. I finished The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller just now, actually. I was making a thumbnail for this week's video, and I just had it on in the background, and I finished it. Even though it doesn't look, it looks like I have a long way to go, I feel accomplished because I finished a book. And like I had said, I had already finished a book that I had started in August, so even though it wasn't for the readathon, I actually finished 2 books this week. So I'm feeling good. Whether I liked the book or not, that's a different story. I gave it 3 stars, but it was very generous 3 stars. It was not my favorite, but I will talk more about that in a wrap-up, I'm sure. So for now, that's all I'll say about it. But yeah, so I made some progress on The Taming of the Shrew. Well matched. I finished The Shadows Between Us, and I'm about 38% through The Dragon Reborn. So, not bad for week 1 of the readathon. And yeah, I'm actually really tired, so I don't really have much to say. I figured I would finish this video, like close this video out actually in week 1. So it's Wednesday night right now, and so I'm going to start my week 2 vlog tomorrow because the first was a Thursday. So I'm going to try to keep the vlogs like Thursday to Wednesday through the month so that it'll be like 7 days per vlog until we get to the end, and then it'll be a little messy, but I'll figure that out when I get there. So yeah, that is it for week 1. I'm feeling good going into week 2 tomorrow. Let's see what I get accomplished in week 2. I hope you had a great first week of the readathon if you're participating. If not, I hope you just had a really great reading week. And if you didn't read anything, I hope you just had a really good week. And yeah, I guess I will see you next week. Bye.